Hello guys, it's Sagar here, and you're probably wondering what I'm doing, because I don't usually make videos like this, just out of nowhere. But, for those of you who've watched today's State of Play, you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about. There were, new God of War announcements, and, this is the first time really since I've started doing God of War content on my channel that there's really been new God of War announcements. So I just thought I'd take a moment to talk about it today. Someone texted me. Alright, that was nothing. Anyways, as I was saying, new God of War announcements today. And, I actually predicted, and you can go back and check, it's still up in my community tab, that God of War 6 was going to be coming out today. Well, it wasn't quite God of War 6. I was almost right. I could tell. I knew that we were due for some new God of War announcement, because it's been a while. It had been a while for the last one. The last God of War game was all the way back in 2022. So we were definitely due for new God of War. So I called that it was happening today. I knew it, even though I was just a little bit off on the details. But for anyone in chat, whoever doubts me again, this is a lesson for you guys. Never doubt me again, because I'm able to predict this kind of shit. Anyways, so it wasn't God of War 6. What we did get were two things, so I'm going to talk about both of them today. First of all, we have the God of War Trilogy Remake. Now, we didn't get to see anything of it really. All we just saw was just the title announcement, and no gameplay or anything. We'll be getting that sometime soon, I'm sure. And I have mixed feelings about that. Obviously, I guess I'd have to wait until I see like an actual trailer, maybe some gameplay. But the older games, 1 and 2, they don't need a remake. No game really needs a remake, I think. But some things about them, I will admit, are a little outdated. God of War 3, though, I don't really think that game needs a remake at all. It's an older game, sure, but it's aged very, very well. The combat is... Who the fuck is texting me? Anyway, sorry about that. Hopefully there will be no more interruptions. So, I don't know if they're just gonna, keep the same style of old camera, like the fixed camera angles, and just update the graphics, or if they're gonna actually do it in like the same like combat engine and style of the newer games. I don't know yet. The one thing about this that kind of bothers me is that there still is no way to play the original Greek God of War games on PS5 for the most part. And, we don't really need a full remake of these games when simply just porting them to PS5. And on PC too. They could just easily do that. Maybe like a little like graphical remaster or something. But I mean, I don't have a problem with them making remakes necessarily. I just don't think it's necessary when simply just having all the old original games be playable on modern platforms. That would suffice, in my opinion. But anyway, that's all there really is to say about that for now. And the next big announcement we have is the new God of War game that shadow dropped today. God of War Sons of Sparta, I believe it was called. Now I'm sure some of you might be playing that as you're watching this video, actually. But yeah, I mean, I saw the trailer for it. Overall, honestly, I can't say that it looks like anything amazing. But hey, I mean, they just dropped it out of nowhere, so obviously I'm not gonna complain about that, right? And it's a prequel. It's the first Greek game we've gotten in over a decade, so that's kind of cool, I guess. They're bringing back Deimos, which is probably the coolest thing about this, right? Deimos from Ghost of Sparta, so that actually looks pretty cool about it. And then just honestly, if this was a game that was like releasing soon, I would like go through the trailer and like break it down. But since the game is it's releasing today, there's really no point going over the trailer when who cares about the trailer when the game is already out, right? So yeah, but I did just a few things I noticed from the trailer is they brought back those the fat minotaurs, which I'm pretty sure were only ever in God of War 2, never in any other game. And they brought back also the pigs. I think those were only in like a few encounters in God of War 2. So they're bringing back some of like the older, more obscure enemies, and some new ones as well. So I plan on playing that game tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow, on my streams. Me and my buddy we've been going through the entire God of War series. We streamed almost all of it on my channel. And I'm uploading it as like edited down parts as like a playthrough as well. And I'm way behind. I haven't been uploading in months, but sometime in this next decade, I'm gonna get around to editing down the entirety of our streams, just getting the highlights, the good parts, and posting that all on YouTube. So tomorrow we were planning on streaming God of War Ascension, but I think this new game obviously takes priority over Ascension, especially because Ascension, I'm not gonna lie, it's not very good. It's not a very good game, but hey, this is the first Greek game that we've gotten since Ascension, even though it's not like a full AAA God of War game, right? But it's like a spinoff. So honestly, I'm not expecting that much, but hey, it could be kind of cool. Maybe it'll surprise me. So yeah, that's about what we really saw for today's State of Play. I guess now that the remakes have been announced, it's probably going to be even longer until we get an actual God of War 6, which, I don't know, is it really worth it? We'll see, I guess, as well as there's going to be that TV show that's coming out. Yeah, we haven't gotten a trailer for anything for that show yet, so not much to say about that. The casting does look good, I will admit. I did see the casting was pretty actually spot on for the most part. I think they did a pretty good job at that, but it's actually not the casting I'm worried about. It's the writing. I'm worried that these writers are going to fuck it up the same way they did with Ragnarok. Now, I would love to be proven wrong. Trust me, nobody wants this show to be good more than I do. I'm not one of these people who just, cheers on for things to fail and just hates on things for the sake of hating on them. But I just don't have high hopes because, live action shows and movies and stuff based on video games are almost never good. I can't even think of a single exception. Not one. So, we will see. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. I'm looking forward to playing the new God of War game tomorrow. I'll see you guys.